This man never expected that even as an all-rounder support, there would be a day he'd be despised, all because Jack's healing abilities were simply too powerful. Any wound could instantly recover in his hands. Even regrowing severed limbs was a walk in the park for him. However, his teammates not only failed to realize the importance of a support like him, but even considered him to be an expendable presence, just because since their team was formed, every single battle had ended with all members unscathed. Thus, swollen with overconfidence, they directly kicked Jack out of the team. Unbeknownst to them, it was Jack's overpowering healing magic that allowed their wounds to heal in an instant right when they were injured, causing them never to notice at all. After being unceremoniously kicked out of the team, Jack secretly started a small clinic in the slums with an elf girl he had picked up. In Jack's country, every healer was required to attend an academy and obtain a healing license. As an orphan, Jack naturally had no access to formal education. All of his healing magic was self-taught, so he established a rule: poor people wouldn't be charged a single coin, but the wealthy would face exorbitant fees for treatment. One day, Jack encountered a severely injured noble. The noble claimed that his slave had lost control and gone mad. He urgently needed to get to the hospital for treatment, so he hoped Jack could temporarily buy him some time. For this, he was willing to offer any reward. Jack agreed. After casually saving the noble, he began to test whether the beast-eared girl still retained any consciousness, and the answer was obvious. She had completely lost her sanity. She picked up stones from the ground and attacked it at Jack. Fortunately, Jack was extremely agile. He twirled and leapt with 2.5 spins, and dodged all the attacks one by one. The noble, seeing Jack's formidable abilities, proposed directly eliminating the beast-eared girl. Jack immediately refused upon hearing this, because he was a healer, and would do everything in his power to save any life that could be saved. While the two of them were speaking, the beast-eared girl's attack came once again. After subduing her, he directly bought her and even asked her to leave her clothes. The girl thought her new master was also a scoundrel. It turns out she wanted to see a doctor, but she couldn't afford the treatment. Her master also didn't care about her condition at all. Even he grabbed her and forced her to continue working at the cemetery. At that moment, a black aura entered the girl's body. The nobleman tried to make the girl dig up valuable items from graves, but the girl suddenly seemed like a different person. She directly attacked his abdomen with her sharp claws. He fled and happened to encounter Jack, who had arrived. Little did she know, Jack was only trying to confirm her illness. The abnormal symptoms above the girl's lower abdomen confirmed it for Jack. Her bile duct was inflamed due to a blockage caused by gallstones. From the first glance at the girl, Jack noticed something was wrong. That's why he specifically followed to help treat her. In just an instant, he removed the gallstones for the girl. After stitching, there wasn't even a scar. It's worth noting that many healers can't achieve this, but in the man's eyes, this was just an ordinary task. After Jack left the team, he bought the dying Lisa from 2 bandits, and healed her body using magic. As he was contemplated what to do next, a man with an injured arm walked in. Jack recognized it as extensive burns caused by a magic gun. He then walked up to the man and extended his hand, healed his wound completely in just 2.5 seconds. This greatly surprised the man. He never imagined there existed such a powerful healer, so he immediately took out gold coins as payment for the treatment, and said he would come to him again in the future. Thus, Jack earned his first bucket of gold. This woman never expected that merely amputating a limb, this greedy doctor in front of her unexpectedly would charge her 1 million. At first, she thought he was joking, but it wasn't until Jack took out a scalpel created by magic that she suddenly felt as if she had earned. During the surgery, Jack not only used magic to ensure she felt no pain at all, but also boosted her regeneration speed by 10,000 times with healing magic afterward.
まずは骨、そして神経、血管に筋肉、そして皮膚。
This miraculous limb regeneration clearly shocked everyone present, yet little did they know that this man, with such immense power, was expelled from his team by leader at the cost of just a single gold coin. According to the team leader, Jack was of no use to the team anymore. For someone like Jack, a commoner akin to livestock, just being around was enough to disgust the leader. Jack didn't resist this decision. He simply left amidst the jeers of a few scoundrels, and came up with a way to survive in the days ahead. However, being from the slums, he couldn't obtain the kingdom's healer license, so he could only work as an unlicensed healer for others. As for Lisa, having been saved by Jack, she decided to follow him. At night, Jack found an abandoned house in the slums. Because he didn't have a license, he could only secretly operate in such a remote place. Jack was about to go in to inspect the place when Lisa stopped him. She said that such eerie environments could easily give rise to magical creatures, and if they encountered a high-level undead creature like a lich, it would be trouble, as they can easily take life with just a touch. However, Jack walked in without a hint of worry. Lisa illuminated the house with magic. Jack was quite satisfied with this place. Just a bit of cleaning would do. At that moment, the Lich King suddenly appeared, and immediately charged toward the two. After subduing her, the leaders of the 3 major forces on Commoners Street have been coming by to pick a fight, but due to his unparalleled medical skills and genuine kindness, all 3 faction heads coincidentally grew fond of him. At first, after the lizardmen and werewolves came knocking, the half-orcs quickly followed suit. They didn't say much, merely insisting that Jack go up to meet their leader, because she was unable to move at the moment. They then led him to a cave. Inside, Lucy asked him if he knew why she couldn't move. Jack stepped forward and used his diagnosis skill. Although she appeared uninjured on the outside, he discovered a lump in Lucy's stomach. Inside it was an object called the Bursting Demon Stone. Lucy mistook it for a rice ball and accidentally swallowed it. Normally, such an object would digest on its own if left alone. Jack originally intended not to get further involved, but she explained that she had inadvertently bitten off a piece while eating it, which meant it would soon explode. Furthermore, with her subordinates loyally refusing to leave, Lucy feared that the explosion would annihilate the entire half-orc tribe, so she handed over part of her property to Jack. Jack didn't say much. He formed a scalpel out of magic, and in the instant he slashed open her abdomen. Just as his subordinate was about to step in for protection, Jack had already extracted the magical stone from within, held it in his hand and ignited it. Amid a burst of smoke, everyone was stunned. Jack had cast protective magic on his hand, forcefully withstanding the explosion, emerging completely unscathed, and even returned Lucy's assets to her, taking only what was equivalent to the labor involved. Thus, that day, Lucy regarded Jack as the benefactor of the half-orcs. After that day, the three faction leaders would occasionally drop by for a visit. Lisa sensed the presence of a romantic rival, but Jack, as oblivious as a block of wood, had no idea what was going on. Even the Lich King noticed that the three had fallen in love with Jack. Perhaps, a battle might break out soon. And sure enough, just as the Lich King had predicted, all three factions gathered in one place, preparing for the battle of the century. Meanwhile, Jack too arrived at the scene. This seemingly intense battle was permeated with an eerie strangeness, simply because it raged from day into dusk, and not a single person fell on the battlefield. Closer observation revealed that the moment they got injured, their wounds would heal instantly, and the only one who possessed this miraculous power was Jack. In the end, the three factions shook hands and made peace for Jack's face. This news quickly reached the kingdom. They were extremely concerned that it might undermine the very foundations of aristocratic rule. So, to avert such an outcome, the deputy commander was ordered to investigate the slums. Yet the man before her had mastered healing magic to its absolute limit. He took several explosive blasts head-on and emerged completely unscathed. What surprised her even more was, her own shattered arm and near-death condition were instantly healed by a casual healing spell from him. It's important to know that arm regeneration magic is something only a handful of people in the entire world can perform, yet Jack could cast it like it was a basic spell. It turned out that earlier, the vice-captain of the kingdom mistakenly believed Jack was a child trafficker, so she immediately fired several magic bullets at him. Lisa saw Jack in danger, and rushed to explain that Jack wasn't a child trafficker. He was the man who had saved Lisa's life. Only then did the vice-captain realize she had acted too hastily, and wrongly accused an innocent person. Fortunately, the bullets she used weren't lethal. They only impaired movement temporarily, but little did she know, that level of attack was utterly ineffective against Jack. The next moment, Jack walked out completely unharmed. The vice-captain was visibly shocked by the sight, because those magic bullets were powerful enough to take down S-class monsters. Yet Jack, a mere human, was totally unscathed. Seeing the stunned look on the vice-captain's face, Jack had to explain that he simply used a defensive spell to block the attack. The vice-captain was completely dumbfounded, wondering if she'd run into a hidden powerhouse. Later in their conversation, Jack learned that her main purpose for this journey was to investigate the cause behind the peaceful coexistence in the slums, and if they managed to live in peace, they would inevitably become a rebellion force, posing a threat to the kingdom. So for the future of the kingdom, she had to eliminate the danger while it was still in the cradle. Jack was stunned upon hearing this, because he was the person the vice-captain was referring to. He never imagined that his simple goal of earning money by treating the sick would attract the attention of high-ranking officials, so he quickly pointed the vice-captain toward the way back to the city, hoping she would leave soon. But the vice-captain wasn't willing to leave, because this place was close to the slums, which made future investigations easier. She hoped to stay here for the night, and would naturally pay Jack for the accommodations. Jack initially didn't want to agree, but feared she might become suspicious, so he had no choice but to accept her request. Meanwhile, the vice-captain curiously asked Jack if a healing expert had recently come to the slums, because she discovered that a previously incurable wound had somehow healed. This kind of injury could only be healed through arm regeneration magic, yet healing on that level across the entire world could only be performed by a rare few saintly healers. Jack didn't know how to respond, so he had to change the subject. He then asked the vice-captain why she held such hatred toward the commoners. The vice-captain explained reluctantly. Her mother had seen that people on the street couldn't get enough to eat, so she gave out free food to them every day. She believed that good deeds would be rewarded, but one day she was ruthlessly killed by the very people she helped. From that day on, she vowed to join the Night Order and fight against the crime-ridden slums, to prevent others from suffering the same tragedy. Jack was conflicted after hearing this. After all, everyone had their own pain and reasons. The next day arrived, while the vice-captain was out investigating. Jack treated the wounds of the injured lizard tribe leader, but unexpectedly, the vice-captain suddenly returned. The moment their eyes met, the atmosphere instantly grew tense. But just as the vice-captain pinned the crime of child trafficking onto the slum leader, the lizard tribe leader instantly lost composure. She strongly objected, saying the true child trafficker was actually a nobleman named Carl, who outwardly ran charities to fund orphan education, but secretly ran a dirty child trafficking operation. The vice-captain, who hated commoners, refused to believe her words. To prevent further conflict, Jack had no choice but to step forward and reveal his identity, saying he was the very person she was looking for, and claimed that what the lizard tribe leader said was true. But the vice-captain didn't believe Jack's Jack either. Yet seeing Jack side with the slum dwellers left her somewhat heartbroken, so she left on her own, determined to investigate the truth. The vice captain wasted no time, and soon visited the nobleman named Carl, using the excuse of a possible slum uprising to investigate Carl's estate, but gained nothing from it. However, she noticed one area had significantly more guards, which hinted at something suspicious. So she went alone to a deep well, and quietly snuck inside. She was instantly shocked by the scene before her. Countless children were imprisoned with blindfolds over their eyes, their bodies tightly bound in iron chains. Before she could comfort the children, a magic bullet struck her directly from behind, completely disabling her combat ability. Carl, holding a magic gun, dropped his disguise. Facing the now doomed vice captain, he showed not a shred of sympathy. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, Jack and the lizard tribe leader suddenly appeared.